Welcome to Love, Sex, and Money. Good to have you back. I'm Christine Regan Lake. This is my channel, and what I am most passionate about is helping people to clear blocks in love, sex, and money. So today's topic, we're going to explore sex and the narcissist. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love for you to do that. I'm definitely looking to grow my channel and get my message out to those who need it. Hit the bell button to make sure that you're alerted to new videos that I upload, as I'm constantly putting out new videos. Okay, so let's get into the topic. So, sex and the narcissist. So, essentially, narcissists can be broken down usually into like two categories. So, one is the cerebral narcissist, and the other is the somatic narcissist. So, what is the difference between a somatic and a cerebral? So, a cerebral narcissist is someone who gains all of their superiority, generally speaking, from their intellect. They tend to be kind of more asexual. They're really not, as they don't have the sex drive and the desire to be as sexual as most people do. And what they do is they use their intellect as a way to gain superiority over their partners, friends, associates, whatever. They really do get caught up in intellectual pursuits, and they like to put down others for being beneath them intellectually. Now, the somatic narcissist, on the other hand, kind of goes to the other extreme. A somatic narcissist is someone who's incredibly sexual, who basically uses sex as a weapon, as a way to seduce targets for their, people that they want to. Really, it's all about feeding their ego, right? So they identify someone that they want to be sexual with, and it's really the hunt and the seduction that is most thrilling for the narcissist. And then once they've actually acquired the target and have acquired them and gotten the hit that they want, they'll usually move on. Sex with narcissists tends to be emotionally disconnected when it is happening, because generally speaking, narcissists are not tapped into their emotional body. They're very disconnected emotionally. They're not empathetic. They don't have the ability to step into the other partner's shoes. So whenever there is sex, it's really all about their pleasure and their needs. So, what are some of the traits of a somatic narcissist? Well, a somatic narcissist is someone who's kind of really obsessed with their body. This can be bodybuilders, people who, love to be photographed. Narcissists love to have photographs taken of themselves. It's kind of a vanity thing. And so they really see and use their body as a means to attain attention and narcissistic supply. And for those not unfamiliar with that term, narcissistic supply is essentially, when a narcissist sees somebody, they don't have that emotional connection, whether it's in a relationship and their friendships and things like that. They really view people as a means to an end, that narcissistic supply is essentially a person who will show them admiration, affection, attention, and things like that. And so once they have acquired from you what they want, that narcissistic supply, it can either be a one-time hit, or if you're someone that they see as someone who can give them a continual supply, you could be a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you would be essentially their primary source of narcissistic supply. And then they'll have like kind of what they call the flying monkeys, which are a whole cadre of people who are in their sphere of influence, who they both use to get narcissistic supply. They go to, and they'll tell them, if they're having, they've hit a bump in their job or they've hit a bump in their relationship, they'll go to the kind of their flying monkeys, and they will, tell their sob story to get attention and, things like that. And so, sex with a narcissist is definitely not an emotionally connected, spiritual, sacred connection. It's really just a function of, this is a means for an end. This is how I get my narcissistic supply. And so now the challenge is, though, is that either way, if you're on the one end with a somatic narcissist who essentially is just really using you for sex, that is very detrimental to someone's self-worth and self-esteem, and, can have long-term consequences. Or if you're on the other spectrum and you're in a cerebral relationship, you're in a relationship with a cerebral narcissist and you've gone long periods of time without sex because, they're really withholding sex from you because it's a power play. They really don't want to do it anyway, and it's a means to inflict pain and torture. That's kind of what the cerebral narcissist gets off on. They like being able to withhold what you want most. It's a power play, it's a power trip, and they get off on that. So either way, whether you're being used for sex by a somatic narcissist, or sex is being withheld from you from a cerebral narcissist, either way are detrimental to your self-worth and self-esteem. And if you find and realize that you are engaged and connected with a narcissist, obviously you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself if this is something that you want to maintain for your own self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, because it's very detrimental. And the statistics on what they say, the chances of a narcissist healing and recovering is very little. Many say that they can't recover. I don't know that I agree with that. I think anybody can be healed, but but if one does desire, it would require a tremendous amount of work and self-ownership. And generally speaking, that's not typical of someone with that trauma. And it is a trauma. And a narcissist is someone who has experienced trauma as a child. Their narcissistic tendencies were tendencies that were taught to them by one of their parents, one or both of their parents. And it's simply a coping mechanism. But what you have to ask yourself is, if you are involved with a narcissist, either a cerebral narcissist or a somatic narcissist, is this in my best interest? Is this worth my time? Do I love myself enough to say I deserve something that is healthy, fulfilling, nourishing, and mutually fulfilling and rewarding, loving and caring and respectful? So that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope you found value in that. As always, if you've watched any of my videos, you know what I have in the link below. I have a link to Operation Underground Railroad's fundraising page. I'm an abolitionist, and I am dedicated to raising $1 million for Operation Underground Railroad to rescue children from human trafficking. There are over 2 million children in captivity held as human slaves today, and these children need our love and leadership to rescue them. So I hope you have a beautiful day, and I look forward to speaking with you again soon. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.